Hi, good evening to all. Do let me know, am I audible or not? I'm looking at the chats. Do let me know, am I audible or not? And where are the regular people? I'm missing the names. I'm missing the names. Cool, yeah, cool, cool. Now, I guess I can start probably. Yeah, we know in this series what we are covering is we are covering a 150 days a complete milestone. Right, and after this series, trust me, what is going to happen, even if you sit in any interview, you will see the patterns. If you have the practice of these 150 questions, trust me, you're gonna rock. So now let's begin our journey. Okay. And before I begin, do let me know how are you feeling today. Is it energetic? Do let me know in chats. It's energetic, excited. Do let me know. I'm waiting for the chats. Okay, Sanket. How about the others? How about the others? I hope you are a lot of hirings are coming in a pipeline, and these things can really gonna to help you a lot. So enjoy it. Cool, yeah, cool, cool. Now we'll begin. We'll begin. Today we'll solve a question again on the array series itself because maths that we already have covered. The question is plus one. And why this question is important? Because this already has been asked in Amazon, Apple, Bloomberg, eBay, Facebook, Google, Spotify, Uber, and many more companies. And again, in this question, this is important because it doesn't, you cannot directly solve it by reading it. You have to put your logic. You have to, concentrate on the understanding why a particular solution is not possible. I'll tell you, don't worry. So now we can start. I'll switch to the lead code, and then we'll read the problem statement and we'll understand like what has given and what we need to do. Okay, cool, yeah, cool. So I'll go to the problem section, and here we will have problems. It's a searching, cool. And here I'll search for plus one. Plus one in a career, right? A new question in a skill. Plus one. What a pretty name. Now, 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 let's read the problem statement. You're given a large integer represented as an integer array digits. Okay. So you have an large integer array, the name as digits, where each digit I is the ith digit of the integer. Like whatever the digit is the ith digit of this integer. Cool, yeah. Now the digits are ordered from most significant to least significant, means they are already sorted in ascending order, in left to right order. The large integer does not contain any leading zeros, which means that there will be no integer which will contain zero, which means the numbers will be from 1 to 9 or 0 to 9, right? But they will not contain any leading zeros. Increment the large integer by 1 and return the resulting array of digits. So what they have told you that you have a digits array. What you need to do is that you need to figure out the number that can be formed by using these integers. For example, you can form 123, and then you need to add 1. You need to add 1 and 1 in the last integer value, and the resultant value will be 124. So you need to convert this value again into an array, and you'll return your output. So that's what you have to do, right? That's what you have to do. Let's understand again. So like they are already sorted, maybe in ascending or maybe in a descending. Okay, actually not actually in ascending or descending. They mentioned that the ordered from the most significant to least significant in left to right order. So here can be an order like it's already sorted in ascending, it's already sorted in descending. So here anything is possible. Again, look at this. So what we'll do is that we'll form a number from this. 4321, and we'll add 1, this will become 4322. So what we need to do is that we need to add 1 in the digit itself, that will be formed by all the sum of all the combination of these digits. So cool. Again, and let's see this, we have 9 here, and again when you will add 1 in this 9, you will see 10, and the resultant should be 1 comma 0, right? So how you can solve this problem, let's move on the slides part and we'll understand here. Okay, let's move here, we'll understand here. Yeah, do let me know, is this series really helping you, or I'm just continuing the things? Because if this is helpful only, then there is a meaning to continue. Cool here. Cool. Cool. So now let's see. I'm assuming we have an array. The name as digits. So I'll erase this n. So I'll give a name to digits. Okay. So our job is to we have and this. Okay, Sanket. Our job is to find 1, 2, 3. Our job is to find the one thing, like you have to convert this array to a number which is 123. Then you need to add 1, and this will become 124. Again, this so it will be represented in the array itself. And trust me, yeah, if you will follow this whole series, you know the every concept very clear. There will be no company in which you can stuck. You will have plenty of opportunities. But anyhow, you need to commit with yourself that you are consistent. You're coming every day, you're understanding the solution, you're trying by yourself. This is what I want from your side. Okay. Yeah, correct. Sounds good. You're getting the logic. Now this is the one thing, right? This is the one thing which we can do. Again, again the thing is that what will happen if we have very large integer array, right? And they have already given the size, as you can see in the constraint itself. Whenever you solve a problem, just see the constraint once. The length of the array can be 100, which means that we can have 100 digits, and 100 digits are the greater than the range of the integer value, which means that if we do this logic that we are writing as of now, if we convert this array to a number and again number to an array, this is not possible. Why? Because it will go beyond the range of the limit. So if you will do this, it will go beyond the length or the range, anything. Okay, I'll write here range of integer. I guess range is a good word, right? Integer. Cool. So that is a problem. That's why we cannot convert this to the whole number and do this thing. So now what can be the another solution? Solution one number is not applicable. Why? We will see integer overflow. So anyhow, we cannot do this. So cool here, overflow. I have to erase this first. Overflow. Cool. So now what can be the another solution, right? What can be the another solution? So you can provide the list of the questions. Santosh, when I'll provide the list of the questions, many of the students will, do a copy and paste. They'll click on the question, they'll figure out the solution, they'll copy and paste. They will not learn. And anyhow, my goal is that I want that everybody who is coming here, they should have a very clear understanding of each and every solution. And anyhow, also, I have designed this, but also I'm preparing the list in the parallel by doing a lot of research. Okay, and my goal is to, provide something which can really help. Cool here. But still, I'll talk to the management if possible, then I'll drop the list here. Cool here. Now, we will have a second solution, second way. We will have a second way. Okay, so second way can be one thing. Like what can we do one thing? Solution number 2. Can we do one thing? Rather than figure out the number, we can do one thing. If we have, let's say, this digits array, and we have number 1, 2, 3. Cool. So what we can do, we can just directly add +1 in the last element of the array. So you'll say, so it's a super easy. Why didn't you told earlier? So now this will become 1, 2, 4. But you can do this only if this number is less than 9. If this is greater than 9, or if not greater than 9, because this is not possible, you cannot have a leading 0, which means number will never be a 10. But if this is 9, so if you will add 1, this will become 10. So you have to handle this 1 as a remainder. right? So now we know that one thing we can do this, but only if num whatever number we are getting from that array, digits array, that should be less than 9. But what if this is 9? What if this is 9? So we have to make 0 at that current position, right? If this is 9, if this is 9, so if this number comes 9, then what we have to do at the current position means at the last index we have to make it a 0. So now what will happen? Let's say I'm assuming we have 129 in the array, 129. Okay, so we have to make it a 0 at this place. So what will happen? We'll have a 0 here. Now what I want is this is 0. So next time we'll get this digit. We'll iterate from the right side, not from the left side. Why? Because we are adding from the end. So now I'll iterate this, and again if this is less than 9, so I can add 1 here, and this can become 3, and again the next will be 1. So which means that if you are directly able to add, you don't have to iterate more, you can return it. Are you getting the logic? Look at this. If we had an example of 123 and we are adding plus 1 at the last element, we have to do other processing. We can just directly return 1 to 4, right? Again, if we have this, so you can make a 0 at that current position where you have 9, and on the that current position minus 1, you can have that increment by 1. And what if supposingly it's also a 9? So you have to do the same thing. Again, you have to add 1 here, this will become 0, and again you have to carry 1, and this will become 2. Okay, but again give me a situation if what happens if you have the num means the digit array all the values are 9, because anyhow in this case the size of the array will remain same, right? But what if you have digits like this 9 9? So you'll add 1 here, this will become 0, you'll add 1 here, this will become 0. Now where the next one will go? So can we say if we have this situation when all the digits, when all the possible digits are 9, when all the possible digits here, I want more engagement here. I want more engagement in this series, by which I can make it really cool. Maybe I can have a lot of more research, I can put a lot of hard work more than this as well, by seeing like people are really so upcoming free TCS and QT exam, this is student eligible. Maybe team will reply for this year, because if I am going to reply, it will take a lot of time for me, because other questions can also come. But don't worry, team will reply. If not replying, you can put the comment in the normal comment section after the live, you'll get a reply. So all possible digits, right, are the 9. Then what you can do, can we say we can create a n plus 1? If the length of the digit is n, we can create a n plus 1 array with initializing all the value to 0. For example, the length was 2, so we can create a array where all the value means n plus 1, which means the size of 3 are assigned to 0, and at 0 index we can write 1. So this will be the case. So now we have the 3 possible scenarios. If the last value is less than 9, we can directly add and we can return. If the last value is not directly 9, then what we can do, we can make 0 at this place, and at that current minus 1 position we can increment by 1. And again, if all the digits are 9, we can create another array with n plus 1 size, and again which is initialized complete with 0, and at 0 index we can put 1. Make sense? Tell me yes or no. Make sense? So I'll do the code for this, and I hope you'll understand this. And again, if I see more engagement, I'll write on this as well. Cool, yeah, cool. So I'll go to the LeetCode, and here we go. So here what we are planning is we'll iterate this, but from the end. So I'll write end here. We're starting from end, and end should be what? I guess I can say digits, or I'll say the length. I'll calculate the length at the top. So int, let's say length is n equals to digits dot length. Okay. Now I can start, because the last index is always n minus 1, right? The last index of the array always n minus 1. Again, and n should be less than we what? Means n should be greater than, because we are starting from the ending part. So n should be greater than or equals to 0. Always, because negative indexing is not possible, and every time we do end minus minus, which means we are targeting from the last element to the first. So that's what we are doing. We're targeting from last element to the first. Cool here, cool. So now our condition was what if this digits, if this digits and this is smaller than 9, if the last digit is smaller than 9, what we can say, what we can say, we can increase the value of that digit, right? We can increase the value of that digit. So which means that we can say digit, digits that current index, which is end, again plus plus, which means we'll increase the value of that current value. And again we can return right here, because we don't have to perform more computation, we can return right here what, digits. This is a possible case if you have the last digit which is less than 9. Yes or no? Again, tell me one thing. If this is not the case, there is a possibility that that last digit is 9. So if this is 9, only then we'll go outside the if. So in that case, we can write here. That case we can write here that digits on that end, on that end, we can say this will become 0, this will become 0. And again, if this is not the case, if this is not the case, which means all the digits, all the possible digits which are coming in that particular array are 9. So for that purpose we have to create a new array. So let's say I would like to give a name all 9, which means all the digits were 9. So in that case, what we can do, we can create another array, new int, with the size of n plus 1, because now the size will increase. For example, if you have only 9, the size of the resultant array will be 2, because 9, if you add 1, this will become 10, right? So now, and at the 0th index you have to make what, at all 9, at the 0th index you have to make 1, you have to make 1, right? And again, if this works fine, you have to return all 9. Now I'll do a dry run more, I'll do a dry run again to make you more understand how this whole solution is working. Cool, yeah, cool. So now let's see this, let's run this first, is this working or not, and then we'll do a dry run. Okay, cool, it's accepted. And now we can submit this, and also I'll do a dry run to make you more understand for this particular solution. Okay, cool, yeah, cool. So now what I can have is, I'll do one thing, I'll copy this solution, this one, and we'll go our slides, we'll go to our slides, and here we can drop this code, right? From insert I can have a text box, and in this text box we can drop our code. Okay, a color doesn't sound good, so I'll make it to yellow. Let's say yellow maybe sounds good. Correct. So I'll present this to you again from current slide. Cool. Why we don't have a solution? Okay, actually I didn't. Okay, now I guess we can have. Oh yeah, I have covered this. So again, what I have to do is I'll paste it here again. Okay, I'll paste it here again. I'll paste this here. I'll change the color. Now sounds good, right? Now I can present this again. Slide. So from the current slide, we have this. Cool, yeah, cool. We have this. So now let's understand how this whole solution is working. Okay, how this whole solution is working. I'll change my color to white to make the separation of this. So I'll change my color. Paint color, let's say it's a red. Red is fine. No, I guess white is fine. So in colors should be white, right? So now let's assume we have num for the first case. Okay, we have not nums, actually its the name is integers or digits. Its name is digits. So I'll take the digits. Digits. Okay. So in this digit, I'm assuming we have 1, 2, 3. Tell me, from this solution, what will happen? We are targeting from end. So which means we are starting from n minus 1. So length of this array is 3. So the n will be 3, and n minus 1, which means 2. So now the indexing are 0, 1, and 2. So at second index we'll have 3. So now look at it, check here. If digit end means at the second index is a value is less than 9. Yes, it is. If this is, then increase the value at that current position. So digits end means the digits means what? Digits 2 plus plus, which means the value which is available on digits at second index increase by 1, which means this will become 1, 2, 4. and return it directly, because you don't have to perform a lot of computation after this. Okay, now let's assume this is not the case. Okay, this is not the case. This is not the case. Then I'm assuming we have a case number two. We have a case number two. So case number two can be a situation when you have digits which is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 9. Okay, that we have already understood in starting. So now here what will happen, you'll come here in the loop, you're targeting the last digit. See here, the last digit, is it less than 9? No, it is not. Then what will happen, this if will not execute, this if will not execute, then this part will execute. So what will happen, you'll see at digit end, which means this index where end is here at the starting, the end is 2, basically length minus 1, length was 3, so the end will be 2. So what will happen, in step number 1, what will happen, you will have digits, at second you will make the 0, which means this will become 1 comma 2 comma 0. Right, again what will happen, you will see the condition. What will happen, you will see the condition is end, which means 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, it is. So now what you have to do, you have to reduce the value of end by end minus minus. So now the value of end at step number 2, the value of end will become what, tell me, 1. Now tell me what will happen. You will see the condition here again. This, if we will check again, at one index, if the value is less than 9, yes it is. So tell me what will happen. You will increase the value by 1 at that current index, which means at the one index you will increase value by 1. So 1 comma 3 comma at 2 will become 3 and 0. Tell me, is it the output? Yes it is. Then return this. So this code will not execute further. Why? Because once you return from the function, the further code will not be executed. Right? Again, there can be a case number third as well. There can be a case number third. So case number third is, what if you have all the 9? For example, I have digits. I have the digits which is 9 comma 9. So now what will happen, if you will add 1, you see this will become 100, 1 comma 0 comma 0. So which means you need the length of this resultant array to be n plus 1, because the length of this array is 2. You need the length of the resultant array n plus 1, which means 3. So you'll create another array. I've created all 9. So the length of the all 9 will be 3. And automatically in Java, you will be assigned the all value to be 0. And again, tell me, if you convert the 0 index value to 1, what will happen? Tell me, you will see the right output. So no matter how many 9 you have in the whole solution, no matter how many 9 you have in the whole solution, maybe it's 98 times 999. So you can create an array which have 99 zeros, and at the 1 index you can create at the 0 index you can insert 1. So that will be the whole answer. Even without computing the original number, you are providing the array itself. And because of this logic only, this problem statement has been asked in multiple companies, and maybe can help you in the service and product with both type of companies. Okay, because it's the easy level, but still you need to thought a lot, because the basic solution that we have thought in starting was not applicable. Right? If you calculate the number, then you are adding the 1, that will will be an integer overflow. You cannot handle that much large of number, because there will be 100 of digit, which is not possible, right? So that's why this solution is applicable. I hope it's clear to all. Case 2 again. Okay, factual. Very good evening. Case number 2. Look at this case number 2. Okay, I'll take a different color of pen. Look at this. Oh no, I cannot do undo as well. Just erased everything. Can I do undo? No, that is not possible here. Fine, I'll write the case 2 again. Okay, I'll write the case 2 again. Case number 2. So case number 2, we were taking digits which were 1 comma 2 comma 9, right? So what will happen, you're starting from end, right? And end which is n minus 1, so which is at second index, right? So in the step number 1, you have n is equals to 2 in the second index. Look at here, n minus 1. Now you'll see the value, you'll see the digits end. So now what will happen, you'll see digits, and the end is what, 2 at the second index. Is this value less than 9? No, it is not. And what will happen, this if will not execute. What will execute? This will execute, right? So which means at digits 2 we will assign 0. Why? Because if you will add 1 to 9, this will become 10, and you are carrying the 1, and you are pointing at to 0 here. So what will happen? The digits array will become what? 1 comma 2 comma 0. Yes or no? Again, what will happen? We reach the end of the loop, end minus minus. So now in step number two, what will happen? Tell me, in step number two, what will happen? What will happen? In step number two, you will have end equals to 1. End equals to 1, right? When end equals to 1, you will target to this value. Look at this value. Now tell me, is this less than 9? Yes, it is, which means this if will execute. And if this will execute, if this if will execute, then what will happen? Tell me, at the end, you will increase the value by 1. So which means that digits digits 1, this 1 plus plus, which means whatever the value you have at the digits 1, you'll increase by 1, which means it will become 1 comma 3 comma 0. And if this has been done, you can return directly it, right? So you can return 1 comma 3 comma 0. You added already, right? You've added. Tell me now, is this clear to all? Tell me, do let me know, is this clear to all? Okay, I believe now we're good to go. I hope you understood the solution. And again, what I want from all of you is that be consistent. Join the lives on time, come on the time, and after when I explain everything to you here, and try to understand this solution, try to dry run it. Okay, try to solve by yourself then, and try to solve the similar questions again. And when you'll do all these things, trust me, nobody can beat you in the problem solving for cracking for cracking the interview. I'm not talking about the competitive programming that you have to the world champion. What you must know is that how you can crack the interview. That's what you all need, right? Okay, cool, yeah, cool. Then bye bye to all. Bye bye to all. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at the same time at 6:15. Okay, cool, yeah, cool. Bye bye. Bye bye to all.